A little change up. We'll be doing the Q&A first before I go into my spiel. So you got questions, I got answers. However you want to do it, we can do it however you want. But if you want to start with stocks, if you want to start with, system, anything to do with your trading system or anything to do with strategy, doesn't matter. So go ahead and shoot. And I guess when everybody comes in, they can shoot their questions too.
How do you, okay, because I'm doing better with sitting on my hands. I'm proud of me. But
Hey,
how do you keep that up? Like the market sucks this week. And so we're trying not to force any of the trades. Like, how do you continue to make sure, like, just sit on your hands? Because I'm itching. I had a goal that I wanted to set for every month, and I feel like I'm already too far behind on February the 6th.
first of all, I wanna go ahead and see what are your goals. That way
No,
better
right.
answer. I can better answer your question. Yeah.
No, well, okay, well, that's different. That's a side conversation. I'm not doing that here.
I mean,
What?
what do you mean? Like this is why we here. We here to get better, right?
I wanted, okay, so go. I just wanted to try to do 1,000 a month. I'm not gonna make it. Okay, I don't want to say. I'm not gonna say I'm not, but
Okay.
so far I am not on track with that for February.
Okay. Cool. Um, what about any other goals as far as you as a trader? Do you feel like you are developed as a trader? Do you feel like you know what you're looking for? Or,
Yeah, yeah. I think I'm getting more confident with
okay.
what I'm comfortable with trading, but
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Trying not to let the go drive me nuts.
All right. That's cool. Yeah, them monetary goals can really put pressure on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, the thing about the monetary goal, yeah, it's very realistic. I like that goal actually. I like it, but I don't know if it should be the forefront of your goals. If that makes sense, I don't know.
Okay.
I think I think you know maybe because with swing trading, it's not like you trading every single day,
Right.
but maybe something more. I wouldn't say yeah, something more technical like I want to be profitable 80% of my trades this month, or I want to be, you know, I want to perfect my trading system this month. I don't want to not make a bad trade because you can win on a trade and it can still be a bad trade.
Right.
Yeah, because maybe you didn't follow your plan, or maybe you didn't set your stop, but you still won and you got lucky because it didn't drop on you. So like
Right.
I think monetary goals should be on the back end of your goals. I'm
Okay.
not. I'm controversial to this because a lot of a lot of people or a lot of gurus say, "Hey, don't make monetary goals." Well, I don't think that's very realistic in this industry because we're here to make money. I,
Right.
I just think that it should be on the back end and not on the forefront where if you do a goal like hey I'm going to be 80% on all my trades this month because I'm going to follow my plan. Well, if you are executing that plan and you are reaching that goal, I think the money comes along if you making 80% of your trades. Like if you make, let's just say you make 5 trades and you win 3 out of 5,
Okay.
then yeah, your back end goal of money, I think that's going to be fulfilled or even close. And even if it's not, you already have, and in your mind, I still hit my goal. I hit my forefront goal was I wanted to win 80% of the time this month. I wanted to be right 80%, or I wanted to perfect my trading system where I followed all my rules. I think the money comes when you focus on that rather
Okay.
than saying, okay, the only thing I'm thinking about is hitting this $1,000. But
Yeah.
what happens when you don't hit the $1,000? You kind of go in this,
I'm mad. That's what
yeah,
happens, running.
yep, you mad, and I'm right there with you. Like, you mad. So that's what I mean by, I'm not saying don't make monetary goals. You know, I'm saying put it on the back end, have it there in your mind. I mean, have it there, on paper in your mind or whatever, but in the forefront, like, are you becoming a better trader? Are you not forcing trades? Is your goal, let's just say your goal was don't force trades this month. If you didn't
Okay,
force
yeah.
trades and you didn't force trades and you did your setup right, I think
Right.
that $1,000 or close to it will come. And if
Okay.
not, still you made money.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
teacher. All right.
I ain't preaching. I am preaching because it's with experience, and you have a year under your belt. I think so far. Um,
Well, a year since the class, but not a full year of trading yet. No.
yeah. So a year of being a student, and I
Yeah.
think that along you just kind of started developing more and more sense of what it is to be a trader. So I don't feel no rejection coming from you, like don't tell me not to have monetary goals, or I think you kind of get it. Like it comes with following those or setting those type of goals, of being profitable, um, being wise, being a smart trader, and those goals will be hit. But if you don't, I mean, do you have a set of rules that you follow, or
I do now.
you do now? Okay.
I do now. Okay, not well, we had our original rules as a class, and then
Yeah,
I've added extra for myself. Yes.
that's good. You have your personal private rules. We ain't gonna get in your business, but if those rules are helping you with those forefront goals, I think those forefront goals in the long term will get you to the point where you're averaging $1,000 or more. Instead of
Right.
saying I need to hit 1,000. Well, what are your goals to reach 1,000? Because if you break it down, what do you have to do to get 1,000?
Uh,
Get what I'm saying?
okay.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
getting good at this teaching thing now. I'm getting good. So yeah, if that answers your question, then let me shut up and let me hear your next question, or Kyler, if you want to jump in with some questions. We're doing Q&As at the beginning now instead of me rambling for about 30 minutes and then we go into Q&A. Y'all are probably like, I'm tired at this point. Tired of listening to this light skinned dude. So go ahead. Shoot questions.
First up, how you doing, Ronnie G?
I'm doing good, man. Everything is good. I'm blessed.
Hell yeah, bro. But as far as questions, man. Sorry, I had you on Snapchat. I was gonna send it to Caden. But as far as questions, really, it's just a matter of like what are you looking at this time of year stock wise because of like how the markets are doing. They're coming back, but like, are you looking for like safe 10% gains, or like if the 25% gains are potentially there, do you take those, or do you kind of hold off on those right now because of how the market's rebounding?
Yeah, so great question. I do have an answer for that. So yes, my main priority, I think I kind of switched it up to where my first goal is always 10%. And if I see that the stock can push, maybe I will raise my goal with a trail stop or something. But most of the time, yeah, like I would say 98% of the time, I'm always aiming for the 10 at this point, just because the market has been on the rally. If I'll go ahead and share my screen. The market has been on the rally, and I like it. I like this rally, but this rally is very, very tricky. Get what I'm saying? Like we still have a downtrend going on. This can tank at any time, so I'm not sure if that's going to last. So I'm not really looking to take these big gains. I'm always looking to take the 10 first, and maybe I can take something later. But 10 first, close out is what I'm thinking right now with the way that the overall market is trading in this range. So yeah, bro, that's
I
what
see.
that's how I'm looking at it right now. 10%, get out, and that's
Yeah,
it.
because I could see it like. Hold on, let me move
Yeah,
this.
and let me add to this, and even 5%, because we are swing trading. It's not like we are trading the whole trend. We're not trend traders. You know what I'm saying? So it's it's not like we're holding for the whole trend. We're catching
Yeah.
small movements, and it can be small movements on the downtrend. And y'all hear me preach, and I hate to contradict myself, but I always preach trade the uptrend. And I say that for beginners because beginners they like to trade anything and they don't understand what's going on. But trading that uptrend is going to give you a higher chance of winning. It's not going to
Yeah.
promise you anything. It's just going to give you a higher chance. So,
And I
yeah,
was thinking about implementing that, like implementing like a trend trading strategy along with the swing trading, but like I would only hold for, a month max or something like that. So that was something I was considering as well.
yeah. So trend trading is more ideal when it comes to mid cap, large cap stocks. And that's something like y'all see that I added the mid cap stock scanner. It's because I'm looking to hold a little bit longer. I'm looking to hold, 2 weeks to 6 weeks at a time if it takes that long, because I'm looking at how these stocks trend up. And these stocks do trend, but they trend for a long time. And so that is an idea. And I like the fact that you are thinking like that, because that's going to transition you into long-term trading, with
Mm-hmm.
long-term investments. And yeah, that's where you do get those bigger gains. But a 60% win may take you 2 months to get, or a month, or 3 weeks at a time. So I like the fact that you're thinking like that, Collar. That's really good, and that's really advanced. And
Because
like,
that was really what that was really what my strategy into the future is like. Once I make the big money from the smaller cap stocks, um, off of swing trading, short trades, I was going to take some of the money I gained from short term trading and put it in like more of like long term positions, but I'd only trade their trends, because
yeah,
I bet once you get to like a certain point where your account's so large, you can't really buy stocks that are a dollar anymore because they probably don't have enough shares available for you. But like, I bet like the mid cap stocks and like the blue chips would be like more, there'd be enough shares for you to be able to get, you know, enough shares that you're looking for and be able to hold on for the trend. That's kind of how I was seeing it.
yeah, yeah, and you absolutely right.
Like for example, like if I had 100K, I couldn't buy very many stocks that were like less than a dollar because they probably wouldn't have enough available for me. But if I was spending 100K on stocks that went for like $10 a trade or $10 a share, then like I could probably swing trade that the same I swing trade as if I swing trade a stock that was under a dollar. Kind of like just to what's the word I'm looking for? Like to transition.
Yeah,
I'm trying to I can picture what I'm trying to say, but I can't like find the word to say it.
nah, yeah, I get what you're trying to say. Because when you get to the point where, yeah, you do have 30 grand or 20 grand or even 10 grand in your account, you can trade higher price stocks. Even with a small account, you can trade higher price stocks. There's just not a lot of volatile movement. And with a small account, you need those 20%, 30% wins to really maximize your account in a short amount of time. But when you do have a large account and it is those small price stocks, you don't want to risk being stuck in that stock, because let's just say you bought 100,000 shares, and there's not, when you're trying to sell it off and you're up, like there's not a lot of people trying to buy the shares at the time, so you're stuck with some shares. Maybe you sold 40 grand, maybe TD Ameritrade sold 40,000 of your shares, but now you got 60 grand of shares. I mean, 60,000 shares just sitting there in your account, and you're trying to
Mm-hmm.
sell it off. So if you did focus on the high price stocks, then yeah, you could sell those shares faster. I mean, you
Yeah,
shouldn't
that makes
buy
sense because
shares at that time, because those shares cost a lot more. So you will have to have more capital.
yeah, that makes sense because that's happened to me a few times. It's like I've had so many shares, but I couldn't sell them all at once. Like as soon as they hit my stop loss or my sell order, I mean, and I had to hold on to them. I was stuck with them because you know nobody was scooping and buying that many shares at one
Yeah,
time. So like, yeah, it makes perfect sense.
yeah. Let's see.
Thank
Somebody's looking to join. I guess Queen got locked out. But no, those that's a good question. Very, very good question.
No, thank you for that. For real, that made
Yeah, and that's the reason I got that scanner up. I'm transitioning into, like you said, doing multiple things. Like multiple trading is I can swing trade and I can trend trade if I want to. Um, and right now I'm really not really too focused on mid cap, but I am looking at them. I'm looking at those stocks. Yeah, they trend. They trend really nice, and they have way more stability. They even have dividends, like you can see on this chart. It pays out dividends to its shareholders. So it's like,
Mhm.
yeah, not only can you make money, trading the stock, but if you are a shareholder, you can get dividend payouts too quarterly. But it won't be that big because you don't have all those shares that a real shareholder will have, or where you can get paid out. But they are good to trade, good to focus on for more, you know, I would say short term, but longer short term instead of holding for a week, like you said, holding for a month. So that scanner is available.
Mhm.
If you want a large cap scanner, I'll do that for you as well. If anybody wants any custom scanners, let me know. If you want some variables in there, I'll see if I can code it and do it for you. So let me know.
Thank you for that because I'm not there yet, but I'm just saying like that was one of my plans for the future was like holding through the trends because like I mean if you give your money to like Merrill Lynch or Edward Jones or somewhere like that, you're only going to get like 3% a year because they're going to put you in the little safe stocks. Safe never is never profitable, in my opinion. Safe is never profitable. So I feel like if now that I know how to find trends and stuff like that, I could probably transition that into the higher price stocks, and then instead of getting 3% a year, I may hold a big position in a blue chip for a month or two and make 9-10% or something like that. Because like Apple went up like what 18% this year or something like that. Like imagine me trading that trend with 100 grand. 18% of 100 grand. That's like what 18 grand.
I think so.
A lot of
you
money.
you the math whiz.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, and essentially, yeah, that is a lot of money. I guess when you get to that point, if you're not at that point currently, then yeah, those small cap, mid cap stocks are great. And if you are trading, micro cap or nano cap, then yeah, like if you did have 10 grand, it wouldn't be smart to use the whole 10 grand. You can probably use $1,000 for 500 for those nano cap, small cap. I mean, nano cap or
Mhm.
micro cap stocks, you don't have to use a lot to gain at that point because those stocks are volatile. They can hit 20% in an hour, or they can hit 20% in seconds. We've all seen it happen. So, um, yeah. So, just kind of, I guess you have to kind of wing it in the sense of how much do I have? What is the price of the stock? Maybe I should, not only use, this certain amount. Maybe I should use this amount. You kind of got to pass judgment on, where you're at, what type of risk you want to take, and where you're at currently as a trader. So if you're confident, you've been winning, you kind of understand the trends, and you want to trade those nano cap stocks that are really, really dangerous, yeah, be wise on how much money you use of your account, the percentage of your account, and everything like that.
Let's see.
So,
Thank you, Ronnie. So somebody else can talk now. I don't want to take up the whole time.
now, yeah, Sam, I sent it to Quinn, but Sam, shoot away. Y'all can kind of go back and forth, take turns. It's just Q&A sessions. There's not a lot of people, so I got it on video.
Oh,
If you got any questions about anything with stocks, anything with systems, understanding, anything news related, SEC filings. I know you guys don't probably use the fundamentals like that.
no, we do not.
Yeah, I know. I don't really use it. I do look at the news. I stay up to date, but I don't really use the fundamental analysis for a swing trader. I don't think, I think news is good and earning
Mhm.
reports, but for catching momentum, but I don't think
Yo, I'm trying to shout you out. You take that band app off that stock chart.
Oh, go ahead, man.
Just for a second. Pull up.
It's all good. Sam, you don't gotta wait on him. He's popping
I
right.
don't
I
have
got
a
it.
question
Sorry, go ahead.
right now.
Y'all
I'm gonna mute
have,
myself.
y'all have any questions?
Okay,
What-
how do we feel about nano caps right now? What's up? Ain't nobody said nothing about nanos in a while.
And nanos in a while. I mean, I'm really not too keen on the nano cap.
Yeah, I haven't even been watching them lately. I usually try to go through that just to see.
I mean, of course, nano caps, they don't have a trend. They just
No.
all over the place. Some of them do, but as you can see, like it's just they don't
Yeah.
really have a trend or like look at that. Like that's crazy. That's some day trader nonsense right there. Like for real. I don't focus on a nano cap because of the day trading thing. If I do trade a nano cap, if y'all really want to know like what my take is on nano cap, if I do see something with news or something and I want to play it out, I'm gonna only hold for overnight. Like
Okay.
literally, like next day I'm looking to sell and if it hasn't moved, I'm not banking on that. Because these stocks move on news or fake news. You know how it goes, pump and dumps.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these stocks, I don't really look at them no more. I'm kind of, I guess you can say I'm maturing in my stock career.
Oh, well, my.
I'm maturing because I'm not looking to, like, I'm always looking to grow my account. Who's not? But
Yeah.
I'm not looking to, like, grow my $500 account to this, Like, I'm not looking to do that. If you are, then yeah, nano caps are something you're looking at and you watching news. You're looking at SEC filing reports, 8Ks, 10K reports, product reports, earnings. You're trying to see when you can catch the momentum of these super volatile stocks. How can you catch these $6 moves? And maybe you can day trade it, So I'm not against day trading. I just can't do it. If you do find something, you do have that kind of stability where you can, I can look at these charts for 3 hours, or I can look at all these stocks and then catch the one that's moving and day trade it. Yeah, cool. Do that. But me, I'm just not really focused on it because I got so many other things going on rather than looking at stocks all day. And I've been like that for a while, so I don't think that's nothing new. Nano caps, I'm not against them. It's just I'm not looking at them. If you find something, let me know.
I ain't telling you nothing. No. No.
Hey, Sam, we went through this before.
No.
We went through this before. Remember, Kyla, you remember when Sam was winning and like she was winning big? She didn't even tell nobody about the stock.
Yeah, she wasn't putting nobody on game, bro.
Oh man. Well, it was like I really felt play. I felt hurt and betrayed.
Whatever.
was
I'm not
behind the
the
scenes,
now want to
just-
use. No.
He betrayed us. Like, man.
Blasphemy, man.
Blasphemy.
He was behind the scenes just stacking.
Stacking bread. They want nobody else to win but her. She felt like somebody in the group shorting when I'm trading, so I ain't telling nobody.
Oh, yeah, smart though. Hey, Sam, it's nice to meet you. By the way, we have never met.
I know.
So
Hey, Kyler, how are you?
I'm good.
Byron,
How you doing?
I'm good.
Hey, hold on. Hey, don't be trying to. Hey, that's my sister. Sam,
They don't
that
even like that, man.
Sam,
Dang,
that
please.
is my biological cousin. So
Oh,
yeah, yep, all that. But I'm glad y'all finally met.
Nice to meet you. I'm the inexperienced trader in the family.
me too. Did Ronnie tell
See,
you I was his sister? Not
Oh,
biological.
Oh, okay. Y'all biological brother and sister?
Yes, we are now.
I think
Oh,
everybody in the chat knows that Sam is my sis because I always mess with you. I stopped messing with you, by the way.
Oh, you did. Thank you.
Pat on the back.
Oh, so it's all in the family. We all trying to get these digits.
All right, let's try to keep it on topic. All right. Any more questions? Questions, Q&A. I love Q&As. Y'all don't ask enough questions.
See, I found some stocks I was looking at. I was wondering which ones you're looking at.
Right here on my list.
You
These are the
still in
stocks.
FTR?
FTR, yes, I am. I got a great example of big account, but taking a small position. All right. So right now, y'all see this is clearly contradiction to how I trade. Okay, y'all see clearly that this is downtrend, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing a little testing a very small amount of money to see if I can profit when a stock is in the downtrend, and I'm still in this stock. So this stock is basically was trading this right here, like a Nike check, and I wanted to see if I can profit in it. The stock was literally 1 cent from my goal. It hit today at my goal was 224. And it hit 1 cent, and then it never got me out. And it came back down, but my stop is set down here, so I don't have a lot of shares. I'm just testing it out to see how it's gonna work. And if it works, it works. If not, I won't do it. I'm gonna test it about. I'm probably gonna do it 8 times before I give in on it. But my theory is if you can catch a downtrend, you can catch a dip on a downtrend, aim for 5%. That's my theory. Yeah, aim for 5%. Get out.
I was gonna say I profited on a couple stocks I was in the downtrend because I bounced the support line.
Yeah.
I bought it off the bounce and then just cashed in a little bit. That was like maybe 2 out of 12. So it wasn't working, but it was something I was dabbling in for a little bit.
Yeah. So like these downtrends, I'm thinking like if you can be very, very detailed and catch that bottom right here, and I'm like you can kind of capture it on 3% of it. If you can capture 3% if you can find a support and you can buy 3%, then you can catch, a 5% run and go ahead and cash out. Just with this one, I didn't catch it right then and there, and I actually aimed for 10%. So got in at 203 and aimed for 10%, and it almost reached there, but it's kind of doing something in aftermarket right now. So it came back right back down. I'm really not too super excited about it, but
I see, because I've been holding off on.
Yeah.
One thing I've done really good was I stopped over trading. So like I've been like patient instead of just hopping into everything that looks good. Just watch and see. I wait like a day or two longer to see how they'll go before I get in and say, okay, so that would have worked. Oh, that wouldn't have worked. So that's how I hold on to my profits instead of giving them all back. So I like what you're doing there.
Yeah, I'm doing it because swing trading can get a little boring. And if you're talking about trend trading, I did it before. I was testing out Ben's strategy. I think that was at the end of 2000 and I want to say that was the end of 2017, where I was testing Ben's strategy out. Super boring, but it's profitable. Very, very profitable. Higher percentage wins, but those wins come like 2 months, 3 months. So if you're looking to do trend trading, you may want to spread your money maybe 3 or 4 different ways, have 3 or 4 positions at a time if you want to do trend trading. Now, swing trading, I'm like, all right, how can I be able to profit in the downtrend? If I'm only catching momentum moves, I just need quick 5-10%. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm testing out the theory because if that's the case, then there's so many more opportunities of trading. You just got to find the right opportunity. So I'm testing it out because there's not a lot of stocks that do uptrend with small cap stocks and micro cap. Nano cap don't have any trend, but micro cap, small cap, those stocks are trendy, but they're volatile as well. It's kind of like a mix, a medium between trendy stocks and super volatile stocks, and you put them together, you got small cap. And I want to be able to catch those. If I can if I test this out 8 more times and I can see that it is profitable, like I can win more than 50% of the time, then I will start to kind of show, all right, this is what I'm doing. You know, maybe I can try this out. It's worked for me. I keep doing it. It's working. Now we have more opportunities. And we have way more opportunities of trading. This can take you from having only 3 to 4 trades a month to having 8 trades a month, you know, and, you know, profitable trades at that.
Yeah, because once I find out a strategy that works where I can win more than 50% of the time swing trading, that's when I wanted to start transitioning into trend trading, shorting. Like, I want to know every aspect of trading so I could profit no matter what the day is, no matter what the situation is. That's kind of where my goal would be for the next year or two, however long it takes. But right now, my focus is just on mastering swing trading to where I can profit more than I'm losing.
Yeah. So those 10%, 5%, if you have a large account and you're using like more than 10 grand, you don't need to stay in for 15% unless you want to. You can take 5% of the trade, and maybe that's extra $800 for you, you know, like, or an extra $500. You just made that in 2 days, you know. So there's so many methods, and once you gather that method that is working, then yeah, keep doing that. That's why I'm gonna keep looking for that 10%. But for now, I'm testing out this 5% thing, and I'm gonna test it out with another stock, and I'm gonna aim for 5%, and I'm probably gonna use probably $1,000 on that one just to see. But I'm measuring it out. If I can do this, I'm probably gonna use it more with small cap than anything in micro cap. Probably could squeeze micro cap in there. They are volatile too, like nano caps, but they do have some substance here and there. Maybe I can catch a marijuana stock or something like that on some good news. It's kind of like my ideal on that.
Another ideology I had was like, I lose more than I win. So I was thinking, dang, what if I just took the stocks that I thought were going to go up and then short them? Because with me losing more than I'm winning right now, I feel like if I got the stocks that I thought were going to go up, like if I had the same mentality, just in a different shorting method instead of long positions, I would have won more times than I lost. So that was also something I was considering. But like, I'm just going to stick to trading for now until I master that, and then I can think of going other places. But
Better test it. Beta test it. Just go on demand, or you can test it with real money if you feel like you're at that point where you can. Go ahead, test it out, and if that works for you, then just keep shorting. A lot of times that what I do see from, like, for some reason, I guess the chat room is like super. It's a big turn off for everybody to ask questions in there, because I get a lot of questions privately more than anything. So I see a lot of y'all make a mistake where you're buying at the top, like right at the top, not even in the middle. You're buying at the top, and you don't catch it until after you lose, and you look at the stock again, like, oh snap, I'm buying at the top, and it's a case where it's like, all right, it's all about timing. And if you miss the time, then you don't have to chase into it and say, I'm gonna buy it anyway because I think it's gonna go higher. Sometimes you got to really catch that dip. You got to catch that support, and you got to catch the very beginning. And it's very tough because you don't know if it's going to continue to go down or not. So it's all about timing, and my time is not perfect. You know, nobody's timing is perfect, but that's why it's a game of I wouldn't say a game of chance, but you got to look at your scanners like every single day. And when I don't look at my scanners every day, I do miss plays. You know, I miss a lot of plays. And when I go back and I'm like, oh, how did I miss that? Where did that come from? So looking at those scanners every day and catching those dips, those buying the bounce, yeah, like the beginning of the bounce is where you want to buy. And you want to try to get as close as possible to that support, so you can ride it up.
That's kind of what kept me from doing a weekly watch list. No offense to that, but like I was missing so many like plays, and it's like, dang, like there'd be stocks that have been like in an uptrend for like 3 months that I never even knew about and I'd look back on my scanner and I'd see it. I wasn't on my like weekly watch list, and I'd be like, dang, like if I would have had that on my watch list, like I could have probably played that. So like I started just keeping like a monthly watch list.
Yeah. Another thing when you're looking at the scanners, something that has helped me catch bottoms, and let me do that. Something that helped me catch bottoms is actually focusing on the stocks that are red at first, and it helps you kind of catch these downtrends that's happening, and then looking at the history and see where the support can be. That way you can go ahead and say, hey, let me say, hey, the support could be right here based on the previous history. It can start supporting right here, and then you can look to buy somewhere right here. That makes sense.
That makes perfect sense.
And if you see people starting to buy and you see the volume go up and rise up, then you will buy right at the bottom or close to the bottom. You don't have to be perfectly at the bottom, but you can say, all right, I can buy right here. And, if it doesn't support, it drops, I got my stop. The only thing about that is your winning percentage won't be high, but at least your stops will be short. And when you do win, you'll be catching that whole 10%. Where it's like, yeah, I'm catching the bottoms now, and my entries are perfect, and I'm taking the 10%. So when I do win, they're way bigger than my losses because where I'm buying at, it's close to the support. My stop is right by the support as well. So my losses are really small, but my wins are big. And then kind of mastering what stocks do actually bounce, understanding what stocks do bounce out to support, what are the variables, what is everything that entails into that trade, and then focusing on all the stocks that you have traded that did actually bounce. And once you start focusing on those type of stocks, then your winning percentage can go up in the long run after realizing, okay, I learned how to catch the bottoms. Now I need to learn what are the type of stocks that actually do bounce off the support. Like, what am I doing? What am I looking for? And having those variables right there, then your winning percentage will go up. So as long like winning percentage shouldn't be a big deal. In the beginning, it shouldn't be a big deal. And I know people make it a big deal. Oh, I'm winning this, I'm winning that percentage. Yeah, over time, like you got better, but as long as your profits are bigger than your losses, like y'all know the method or the theology about this. If you trade 4 times and your winning percentage is 25%, you lost 3 times, you actually won 1 time, you can still profit because if your 3 losses are $100 and your win was 1,000, then you profit 700. So that you win it 25% of the time, but you actually are up on your account. And that's what matters.
I see.
Yeah, that's what matters. So I know it's a big emphasis on winning percentage, but winning percentage, you've heard me say it before, it comes over time. But learning how to catch these bottoms, looking at the stocks that are falling and not dismissing them, but actually catching them, setting alerts, when it does bounce back up, you can do that. You can set an alert and say, remind me when it's at or above this point. It's already below that point. So when it starts to bounce, if it does bounce off that support that you thought you found, then you can trade it. Then you get better at entries. I think entries is a big emphasis on this group, because it should be a big emphasis on this group because, like I said, a lot of y'all send me private messages showing me where you entered. I always ask, what's your entry? What's your target? Where would you stop? Why? Because I want to see where you entered. I know you lost. You sent it to me. Or I know you won, but I need to see it so I can see, all right, you had a good entry because it's going to be there. Like the stock already traded, like it already fluctuated and did what it did. Now the proof is in the pudding. So it's like, what happened? Did you get a good entry? Did you not?
I see.
Yeah.
Other than that, man, I'll let somebody else have the floor. I can't think of any other questions.
That's cool. That's good. Time is flying. Y'all asking questions. Time is flying. It's already 7:40. I want to stick to this method of the webinars is doing the Q&As, because I mean that's what it's about. If we need to take 2 hours doing the Q&As, that's good. It's just those questions, having different ideas and different opinions could help you, because we all have the same trading method. So it's not like all day traders are on here and then you have these long-term investors on here. No, we all do short-term trading. We all swing. So having different opinions on swing trading is actually a healthy thing, instead of it having all these different ideas about how you can trade. Like, so it's very healthy.
So like, I've never really been one of the people like, because I never really buy stocks. I never try to be chasing. So like, what's your opinion on like buying a stock that's like just now looking like it's about to go into an uptrend? Like, what are your opinion on stocks like that? Like, for example, share my screen.
Let me stop sharing mine. There you go.
Yeah.
You should be able to share it right now.
Like, hold on. Let me make you smaller. Okay, so this is an example that came to mind. When I bought EMPH back in February, hold on. I don't think it'll let me zoom in too far. That's about as far in as I can zoom. So I bought EMPH in February, and I'll draw the lines and clear this up so you can see it better.
Type in clear drawing set, right click, and it's at the bottom, right? Yeah, just clear the whole thing and it'll take everything out. Yeah.
Now I bought EMPH. I seen it was in an uptrend, and I bought it in February. Let's see where's February at. I bought it February. I bought it like on this day right here. Let me try to.
Oh, you're on a weekly chart. Yeah, you see that?
See if I can have a 2-year.
Oh yeah, there you go. There you go.
Okay, so I bought MPH February 15th. First trade I ever made. I bought it. Let me see if I can put like a highlighter or oval. No, where'd it go? Dang it.
You need some help?
Maybe. No, don't create an alert. I'll get it. I got it. I bought it right here.
Okay.
Now you can't see it. So I bought it right here.
Do a 9-month daily chart if you have it on there.
It go too far back. I don't think it'll show February.
I think you can. You probably can't do it on yours. It should allow you to go back, but
I'll do a 2-year daily or 1-year daily. Let's see if that works. Yeah, it's working on the. I bought it right. Bear with me. I'm gonna get it.
I be bearing with you, man. That's all good.
Bought it like right in here.
Okay.
And it was bouncing off this line. My question was, so long to pull that up, you probably forgot what the question was. But my question was like, how do you stocks that are just now going into a trend? Because before that day, it was kind of in the trend, but it wasn't like too deep into it, like it went to after. So, what are your thoughts of like a stock going? Because it shows that it's in trend. It's not showing really a pattern, but it dropped in price and it hit this line and it started bouncing again. So I bought it when it bounced. What stocks that are like just now getting into a trend and it's bouncing off of a support line? Do you have an opinion on stocks like that?
Do I have an opinion or do I have a whole course about it?
Like, what's your
Let's go back to
strategy? I mean, like, what's your strategy for those?
buy the bounce, buy the first pullback. If a stock is breaking out of its stage one and is going into a new trend, I don't like to buy and breakout. Why? Is because I'm just not too sure on how far it's gonna go up. I used to buy breakouts and I was profitable, but I just wasn't profitable a lot. And I always just wait. I was like, all right, if this stock is gonna break out of this stage one, it has to come back down. I know that for a fact. Like it's gonna come back down. When it comes back down, it has to go back up eventually if it's going down. So I'm going to catch that on a trend line support, or I'm going to catch that whatever support it makes. Usually that support is the old resistance of stage one. If that makes sense. So when it breaks out of stage one, it's technically starting at stage two. It comes back down, and that support is usually the resistance of the stage one. I'll buy that, but I'm still not holding that long because I'm swing trading. Now, if I was position trading, I'm holding for the whole trend until the trend is over. I'm holding, but that strategy is what works for me, and I'm taking that 10%, or maybe I'm aiming higher if it's a great market, because I know in great markets these stocks will trend for so long, just like EMPH, because I made money on this stock too. I'm not sure back when, but EMPH, stocks like that trend. If you see that in history, that it does trend when it's in the stage two and it trends for a long time, yeah, you say, all right, in history, it's showing me that, so I may hold a little longer. I may aim for 20%. But if you're catching the dip, take that 10%, take your profits and get out. And keep that stock on your watch list. Why? Because it's going to go up and it has to come back down and it has to go back up. So if you catch it at the beginning of a trend, if you buy that first pullback, you can buy the second pullback. You can buy the third pullback. You can buy the fourth one. Now, usually after the fourth bounce, it starts to go into a stage three. So we know that over history. So you can keep that stock on your watch list. You don't have to take it off after you profited. You can just wait and watch it still until it makes another bounce, and then you trade it again. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a little long-term strategy there. Like, you can trade the same stocks. You just got to be patient and wait for it to happen. Once you see it happening, you're like, man, this stock is trendy. I'm going to trade it again. I'm going to buy another dip. I got to find a support. When it's falling down, watch it when it's falling down. Don't shy away from stocks. I'm not saying you're doing it, but in general, for everybody, if you see stocks that are falling down, is it in a trend? If it is, wait for a bounce. Try to find a support. The support may be the old resistance of where it fell before. So look for support, buy at that support, set your stop close to the support. If it trends up, you're a winner. If it breaks through the support and goes down, you don't want to be in a stock anyway. Take your small loss, move on, but keep that stock on your list. Keep watching it and don't give up on it. Don't just win and say, I'm done. But don't get married to the stock. What I mean is don't date it for more than 1 year. Now you long-term trading.
I see.
Yeah.
I had that same mentality. I was like, don't fall in love with the stock just because it's now doesn't mean it's always going to. So never fall in love.
Yeah. But you can trade it multiple times, And I don't want to go too deep into that conversation of the analogy of that because, we have women online. But when you
That's
young,
correct.
huh?
I said that's correct.
Yes. We have women online. We are going to be respectful.
I'll say it. You got to treat it like a side piece.
Oh yeah, side piece is a good name. All right, women are doing it.
Only when you need her.
If we being honest, women doing it nowadays too. So they got their side pieces. Keep playing it until it run out of money.
Yep, just play it when you need it.
Yeah, keep playing it. Matter of fact, the gold digger analogy is great. Keep playing it until it runs out of money, because once it runs out of money, Once it runs out of dipping points, there's no point of even talking to it.
Yep. Like, I don't even want to see pH until it drops.
Power to the males out there who,
We go through it too, Sam.
yeah.
No, Sam don't do nothing. Sam mind Sam business. That's how she rolls.
I'm just saying, us guys go through the heartbreaks too.
Yeah, we
Oh.
speaking in general. We ain't say Sam did nothing now.
Mm.
Watch out, she crazy. All right. Yeah, that's my opinion on that. I hope I answer your question.
Hey, Sam, it's your turn. I don't want to talk too much. Ronnie knows I like to talk. I like to talk. I think that sounds smart.
What about buying a stock that's at its low? So if the stock done broke all the way down to its absolute lowest, can you buy in knowing that once it's hit the low that it's gonna go up? Can you assume it's gonna go up?
So are we talking? Yeah. So are we talking about stocks in the downtrend?
Maybe,
Or
clearly.
stocks hitting
Yes,
a
we
year
are.
low, or
I
Like it's
guess.
all-time low.
yeah, like an
I guess
all-time
so.
low.
Like, so we can go with year low. So say it's, I don't know. I was trying to find one while y'all was talking.
Let's see. All right, so like this one. All right, this one for instance. All right, the stock trended downtrend, and it's getting close to like a previous support in history, right? You see that?
No, we don't see that. Whose screen is this?
Oh, that's mine. What's
Oh,
up?
okay. So it looks like Ronnie, share your screen.
I know a few of them
I am sharing it.
that like hit their all-time low.
Like
Like
Can
this
y'all
one,
see my screen?
ZIOP.
okay.
Can
Here's
y'all
a good
see
one
it?
right here. Well, let me. Are you still on my screen?
Yeah, stop sharing your screen.
All right, because I got one right here. If you want to see it?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Well, let's take a look at yours first.
ZIOP just hit its all-time low in December, the 31st of 156, and now it's starting to make its way back up because like it's been in a downtrend for the whole year. It hit its high back in April of 2017, and now it's at its all-time low of 156. So I think she's saying like now that since it hit its all-time low in December, it's got to go up from here because I feel like it's been downtrending all this time. So like the only way to go now is up, right? Look at this line. Now it looks like it's starting to go into an uptrend. Is that right, Sam?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, can you anticipate the trend since it's at an all-time low?
Ooh, anticipating is very dangerous.
Okay.
It is very profitable though, if it can work. But it is very dangerous to hope and feel, and you know how it goes. Numbers are numbers. Trends are trends. If you get good at this, you can test it out. I would say test it out, but I don't know if that's gonna work. I would never try to anticipate a trend
Okay.
just because, but if you find a variable in a point of okay, this is hitting a year low, then I'm gonna go ahead and take it. Once it hits year low, I'm gonna go ahead and buy. You know, after that day, I'm gonna buy at the end of that day of hitting this year low if it's going up because it has no other choice now. You know, it's at its lowest. The price is super attractive to other investors, and so people are gonna buy. If you try that and you get it down pat, let us know. But I would say test it out. I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
I would say that if it's not in history, if you can't go back in history and find a support
Mm-hmm.
that can support that, you know, like go back to go back as far as you can.
Ooh. Well, yeah, that's at its low.
That's at it's super low. So yeah, if you don't find nothing in history that can support it, I would be a fan of that more than I would be a fan of okay. Because how do you know it doesn't continue to go back down the next day?
Right.
Keep
Right.
dropping low. You know,
Yeah.
you don't know that. You can't. You don't have no way of knowing that. But if you do find some variables where it's like, you know, if the volume is this, you know, if the price is this, if it's this market cap, if it's, you know, if it has some news, it hit its year low, buy it. You know, and you test that multiple times, like 10 times, and out of 10 times you get it right 60% of the time, then yeah, that's a strategy there, you know. But I'm not too big of a fan of it. But Kyler, if you stop sharing your screen, I'm gonna share mine, and I'm gonna share my. I thought this was what you meant as far as hitting a low. I was saying that if you find a stock that is, you know, on a downtrend and it's hitting a low, and you can see in history that it's a similar low point, then yeah, I would say you buy it and just wait for it to start going back up because it did it in history. This is a support.
Okay.
You know, I'm a fan of that because I actually have proof of something
that it can
that it can
break out into a new trend. Okay.
And I'm not knocking, you know, what you thought about with college chart. Yeah, you know, if it's hitting a year low, go ahead and buy it. I'm not knocking it. I'm saying test it. Beta testing is the only way you're going to see if it works. And if you're not doing that, do it. You got to test it. And I always use the 10 attempt rule. Try 10 times, same thing, over and over, 10 times. And if it works more than 50% of the time, you have a strategy because it's not gambling at that point. You have an actual edge. You have something to go with.
Okay.
My opinion on the all-time low thing would be like if it starts to go up again and drops, if it makes a higher low than it did before it hit its all-time low, and it starts going up again, that's when I would probably buy it because then like it starts going to a trend, and it's showing that it's not going to make another another low that's lower than the one it was before, in my opinion.
Yeah, so you're saying if it hit a year low and then it goes up and then it drops again, but that low is actually higher than the year low, go ahead and buy that dip. Yeah. Okay.
That's how I would play it.
Okay.
Because that's why I was looking at the IOP for that reason.
Yeah. All right. Test it out. That's, I mean, I can't stress it enough. Beta testing is going to be key. Test it out over and over. Look for those same stocks. And I think I actually think that is a scanner for that. You can make a scanner for that where you can add, I'm not sure. I have to look into it.
Yeah, there is one like that. I remember seeing it too. You can look at stocks that are at their all-time high. No, it's on the if you go to the left on the charts that you have all your watch lists on. If you the drop-down box, it'll have has lows and highs, industry highs, industry lows.
Let's see.
Yeah, on the top 10 had I
think it's a scanner where you can look for a year low.
Mm-hmm.
Stocks close to his year low or something of that nature. Yeah, I think it's a scanner. I can look for it and
I seen on one of those things that you just had pulled up, it had like a high low.
Are you talking about the price performance?
Yeah, high low. It has highs and lows. You see it?
Yeah, I think if we change it to this and I can do it for like a year, which this is a year. This is a day, so that'll be a year. The current price is 3% of the. Yeah, I think you can add it in there. I'll see if I can find it where the stock show that it's at a year low. I think FinViz actually has some too, where you can find stocks. If not, man, look, Google stocks at year low. You know, I'm pretty sure somebody has a scanner or something. There's something somewhere where they show stocks at a 52-week high or low, and you can find it. So it's so many ways to find stocks. Google is the main tool. Just research it, and you'll find it. But I'll be looking to. I got to put that on my to do. I'll be looking to create a scanner for that. If I can do it in TD Ameritrade, I may have to custom code it. We'll see. I'll find that out for y'all. All right, let me write that down. All right, what any other questions?
Nope.
Yeah, sure.
Think of. But yeah, January was the first month I profited in a while, so I'm gonna try to just keep doing that instead of hopping into trades as soon as. Because my problem in the past was like I'd win on a few trades and I'd get greedy and start just over trading and I'd lose it all back. So I'm gonna stop doing that. And I hadn't done it in January. I hadn't done it for a while, so it worked in January when the market was starting to come back a little bit. So I'm just gonna repeat that strategy, and then my compound, and I can take bigger positions and stuff like that. That's my new strategy. Old strategy, I didn't really have one.
Yeah, the strategy comes over time. The strategy is an edge that you found out in the market that this pattern or something happens where you can do this multiple times and you can get it right multiple times. That's going to be your edge. You can profit without an actual defined strategy. It's just you'll be all over the place and you will never see a consistent winning percentage, which is okay because you can profit. Like I said, you can profit without it, but that's something long term that y'all want to figure out because y'all have been here. Yeah, it's not like y'all are a month in, so beta test it. That's really what I've been stressing lately because I realized how I found out my edge was because I kept beta testing. I kept getting on the on demand. I kept going back in history, looking at stocks and seeing if they looked the same. And if they look the same, I would test them. And I'm going to keep testing that thing over and over. And then when I test it, I look at all the variables, where the stock is currently trading at, what type of stock is it, what price range is it? Is it stocks between $5 to $10? Is it stocks between $2 to $3? Like I just look at all that. Volume, everything, market cap. So
I like you. This was good, man. You should do this every Wednesday.
Yeah, see, we had it every Wednesday, and not everybody was attending, so I had to cut back. And then I'm going to keep it bi-weekly for now, but like these bi-weeklies are like we've already been over an hour, which is cool with me. But these Q&As, I want them to be effective, so I'm going to keep doing it this way. I want to make sure that we're correcting our trading issues together. And making sure that we are changing that and we have a plan of action instead of just going over how I trade and not hearing from y'all. Like I really want it to be more Q&A, and I can give my mentor snippets in the chat room. I'd rather fix the issues here. And I guess as the group grows, we'll get more participants and there will be more questions. But right now, take advantage because I do anticipate the group is going to continue to grow. So take advantage of the Q&As, where it's just right now it's me, you, Sam, and now we have Corey in here, where you can actually get the time for me to ask questions because let's just say it's 20 people on here. Then I'll have to limit the time of response to 5 minutes each, So
Yeah.
Take advantage now. Ask questions that you have when you're looking at charts yourself. Or
now another quick question I had was like, when you chose what time and what day that the webinars like came on, was it like, did you ask everybody like what their work schedule was and everything?
Yep, I sure did. I asked everybody's work schedule, and I went with the majority. It's not like a political thing. I went with the majority, because those are the people that can make it. But then I started recording the webinars like I'm doing right now. That way, if you did miss it, you can watch it, and then I always say, hey, ask me questions in the chat, send me a private message. That way you can get that one-on-one still. Like, you watch the webinar that was recorded, you got questions, so you ask questions. You say, hey, you mentioned this in the webinar, I have a question on this, and that. Then I can actually probably add that in the next webinar, or go ahead and tell you, this is what I think about it. So
I see.
Yeah, I try to be really customer service friendly, because I know how it is. Like, when I was started out trading, like, I didn't have like the Q&A sessions. All the Q&A sessions cost $500 an hour or $300 an hour. I didn't have it, so I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'll just figure it out. So, like, that's why I'm saying, take advantage of it. That now that you have it, and you have, hour, 2 hours. I don't think I'll go over 2 hours, but you have the time now to, like, really develop those questions throughout the week, and then be ready to unload the clip on me on a Wednesday night, saying, hey, I got 20 questions and I need answers. And it's a small group of participants right now. So these 20 questions can get answered within 2 hours. Instead of, let's just say at the end of the year, we grew to 150 people, and now we have 20 participants. And now I got to now I got to do time management. I got to say, I want to answer everybody's question, and I got to, limit it to the time, so I don't want to get to that point. I like to keep the group very intimate and small, but that's okay. One thing that I want to add is, we were supposed to do an event this January, but we couldn't book the venue. Now we have a partnership with this company that allows you to rent out their venue for like $300 a month. And we want to do some Dallas events and meetups for VIP members. Now the webinars are for standard members too, but for the VIP members, we want to start doing the events, the live events in person. That way, we can meet up every month. And then we want to actually, as we grow, we're going to keep it in Dallas until we grow. But once we get to that point, we're actually going to, if we have members that are in Florida, we want to extend it to them. We want to say, hey, we're going to come to Florida. We're going to book an event, a venue out there. We're going to have a meetup. So the meetups are for in person. Like, let's just say you're in Dallas this weekend or something. We have an event on this day. You can come that day, book a hotel or come stay at my place or something. I don't know. And say, hey, y'all are doing an event in Dallas, and I want to be there because I want to be in person. We're going to do workshops. It's not just going to be party, fun all the time. But when we do it, we're going to network, drink, have food, and we want to actually have workshops where we're actually working on stock trading, on other investments, and other ventures. I've been mentioning to y'all that, these are some of the opportunities that I'm looking at, because I want to make money with the whole club. I don't want to keep everything to myself, not just stock trading. Nothing against stock trading, but there's other streams of income out here, and I want to open it up to y'all. And I think those meetups are going to be where we perfect that.
Okay. I had an idea that just popped in my head.
Mm-hmm.
You had a video on your in the video lesson library where everybody that's in the group that's willing to share gives like a 10-minute rundown on like what tricks have helped them, still using your strategy and everything, but what do each trader do that they've noticed have worked for them within the guidelines of like the strategy that you've taught them. Like, I know that they still show the patterns and everything and the fundamentals you taught them. Like, what if everybody in the everybody that's a member has like a different thing that works for them that they like doing? What if you made a video that shows like them sharing their screen and how they step by step show us what they do that works for them, so that like everybody that's a member of the chat room can see like all the different like tricks, so maybe they can implement it into their strategy. You know, like basically like the fundamental strategies you've taught us. Like, what if because I'm sure everybody in the chat room has like something that they use to tweak it to make it their own. You know.
Yeah.
Well, if I could see like your strategy plus Sam's plus everyone else's, because like I've seen plenty of your strategy and I love it. I'm saying like what if there's like other things that like I thought would be a good idea that I don't even know about that like Sam's using or like Quentin's using or something like that. Like I thought that'd be pretty interesting.
You got a great point. So
it's like my little thing my little sprinkle of cherry on top that I added to the strategy you taught me was the trail stop. Like, but instead of using trail stop that is like default with the software, my trail stop strategy is like if the stock shoots up, I don't like just trail stop it using the trail stop button that's available. I manually go in and set my stop higher and set my sell goal higher after the market closes or while the market's open. But sometimes like it gets me out prematurely, so I do it after market. But like stuff like that. Like I thought like people might be able to look at that and say, okay, I could use that because I see I don't know if you've used it before. I started doing it, but like I seen that you start using that a little bit, or like when you say set your stop or set your trail stop, you started, and so like, what if Sam has something that she does that works that I don't even know about? It'd be cool to see like something like that. Just a idea that popped in my head.
Yeah, great idea. And that's really good. I want to use that because you make a great point on the different ideas and the tools that people can in the actual club, they can see that and be like, oh, okay, these are some traders that actually made money, so this is something that works. If I can get a count on, okay, can you do a webinar this day? If I can get 5 of y'all or maybe 6 of y'all that have actually made money in the stock market, that actually have made money multiple times on something that you have done, we can have like a trade show off where it's like, hey, show your trading swag. Look, I do this, and we, each of us, not me, because everybody knows my strategy, but each of y'all have 10 minutes or, 20 minutes to actually break it down where you showing, your strategy, or you can make a video privately. But if y'all want me to host it, I can do this and everybody can share their screen for 10 to 15 minutes and show what are the tricks of your trades. And we just go next to next. I record it, I post it in the club, and everybody gets a actual view of, okay, Ronnie does this, but Kyler asks this and he does that, and he does this, and this is what has worked on this trade right here. And then, Corey does this, or Sam does this, or Quentin does that. If I can get the participants to all be there on time, I will love to do that. I'll record it and everything.
I was going to say, or you could have them like do it on their own time and submit it to you. That's another option.
That too. The thing is that not everybody has the software to record their screen.
True. Well,
Yes.
Soon everybody has a cell phone or iPhone. They can probably send you a video via like, email, like a PDF file or something like that. And then you could just, like, or I could do it. I'll help you. Or we could like, like just edit it and put all the videos together and, introduce each trader and, kind of like paraphrase what they're talking about. So like if you're interested in watching it, you could watch it. If you're not interested, you could skip to the next person's strategy or something like that. Kind of like like you see on YouTube, people make these videos and they explain the videos.
Yeah. If y'all I like that because I have a video editor and I know someone who can edit the video and actually do that where you can skip or whatever. If y'all want to do that, cast a vote. Like I'm probably going to do like a little chat. I'm going to reach out to the people that I know have made money, and I'm going to see if I can get how many participants to do it. I'm going to ask y'all, would y'all rather do it this way and get a vote on whether y'all rather do it this way with me hosting it and going through each strategy, or would y'all rather do it on your own time
I see.
I think it'll be easy
Reaching out to the people that made money, then I'm out of the question.
If you made money on an actual trade, like if you made money like on an actual trade, then yeah, I will want you to add your snippet of what actually works.
Okay,
We
'cause I'm
don't
still
want
trying to figure out my
yeah.
strategy.
Yeah, and that's cool. Like everybody's always tweaking and learning. If you've actually made money on a trade and you did something different outside of me, if you can go back to that trade and do like a recap, and this is what helped, and this is what I look for, that'll be good.
Okay.
You just go back to one of your winning trades and say, "Oh, I remember this trade. I actually added this to what I was looking for," and you can go step by step. This is what I was looking for. These are all the variables. This is what I did. If you can do that, that'll be great. If you can have that list, and then we can all see, all right, do we want to do it together on this screen right here, or does everybody want to do it on their own time? And if you can't make it, do it on your own time. I'll get with you on I'll probably let you use, my software or something. Maybe we can get together privately on a Tuesday or a Monday, Sunday night and do it like that. That's actually a good idea.
Okay, because I feel like that would make it intimate too, because everybody wants to show off their knowledge and stuff like that.
Okay. Or or is that you that want to show off their knowledge?
Well, no, I just want to learn because, like, it's like, like say I read a book called Ronnie Green's Stock Trade. Okay, I learned a lot from the book. Now, say I read Sam's book and Quentin's book to get, information from their book that I can implement into what I learned from your book and bring it all together into like one big beast, one big stock.
Yeah, great idea. I want to do that. So if y'all, I'm gonna reach out to y'all. Let me put that on my
I bet everybody would watch it. I bet people would watch it just to see themselves talk.
All right, so if y'all can commit to that, I'm great. I mean, Corey's saying, what do y'all think? Corey, hey, you on, man? What's up?
What up, bro?
We're doing a Q&A session. If you got questions, I got answers. You can unmute your mic. You don't have to you're in a coffee shop. Why the market has been so unstable lately. Lately the market has been on an uptrend, actually. But all right, let me get to that. But Sam, let me get this. Sam, do you like that idea? Would you participate?
I would not. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Sam, I want to pick your brain.
Because I am not ready for that yet. Like, not right now.
Sam,
like, no, absolutely
Sam,
not.
I've actually done that with you before.
So that's with you. No. Okay.
I know. I'm saying
Sam's been winning and she ain't tell nobody, so she don't want us to tell her secrets.
Oh man,
You're a Rothschild. She keep it all in the family. She don't want to share none of the money.
Let me say this, Sam.
Yes, sir.
We've actually been on a webinar that I recorded, and you actually went through what you did. I asked you questions and everything.
You did. But you forced me into these things when I get into these webinars. I don't know.
Ronnie, you're guilty.
I have to. I gotta push. We gotta grow. So somebody gotta do the pushing. Who gonna push?
Ronnie be doing that though.
If I don't do it, then I'm doing it because I love you.
Keep that.
All right. Sam. Oh, see, Corey said it. He said Sam is one of the best traders I know.
Well, you need to know some more traders, Corey.
That was so hard.
Thank you. But
oh man, see, Sam is a good trader. She just, I don't know why she be trying to hide her talents.
Yeah, I want to see what Sam's been on. You don't got to tell me how much you made or nothing. Just show your strategy.
Show what you did on one of your winning trades. Fair enough.
We'll talk about it when we get to the bridge. Okay, we'll just sure. We're all in.
We're at the bridge now.
We are not at the bridge.
We are at the bridge. Okay, people are going to see this. They're going to want to hear from you, Sam.
Ooh,
You
you're
gotta
right,
rise.
man. It's
You
in black and
famous,
white.
bro. You famous.
You know what? Can we hurry up and wrap this?
Oh my God. All right,
Wrap
Kyle, let's see what you did, man. You made my sister mad at me. Come on, bro.
Damn, I'm sorry. I'm a jokester. I'm not.
All right.
I don't mean any of this person.
All right. Corey, to answer your question, actually the market, let's take a quick look. The market has been going up lately, but it is still in an unstable position. I get it, but it's been on quite of a large run up. I don't know where you've been, but profits have been made, not just by me. The market has been going up. And that's for 30 business days. So it's plays out there. The market is just not back into its trend, which I don't think is going to get back there for a while, but there are rallies that you can catch stocks. So take a look. If you haven't been, in the market or looking at the stocks, take a look. There are plays that are out there. You got to catch them. You got to take the risk. I will be posting this webinar, so you can go back and look at what we talked about before you joined, about how you can catch stocks in the downtrend and you can trade the dip. You can buy the bounce and aim for 5% instead of 20%. So aim for that 5%. I'm pretty sure you have some money, some capital sitting around somewhere. You don't need a lot of percentage on your gain to make some money. So. Yep, I figure emails do go to spam, so I gotta kind of tell everybody to add me as a contact. I don't know why the emails, when I send out the webinar links, it goes to spam. I figured out a way. Yep, it's cool. All right. Yeah, anybody has any other questions? I'm allotting 2 hours, so we started at 7. It's 8:22.
Hey Sam, I just wanted to let you know. I'm sorry. I was personal. I just be playing around.
Oh
I
no,
don't know if-
Colin, you fine. Runny, no, he always in trouble. Always. So it's no problem.
I'm always in
This
trouble.
is Runny. He know.
All right, I'm gonna be on my best behavior. I'm sorry. That's cool. Yeah, I always like picking on Sam. That's what little brothers do. Come on now. That's what little brothers do. Pick on sister out there. Yeah.
Sam, I do want to see your strategy. I just want to see what you're doing. Not trying to be nosy. Just want to see you look at you doing your analysis.
He said you got to pay for that.
Got pay for it.
He said it's gonna cost you $100 an hour each webinar.
Dang.
That's too much. You know what?
Find a way to get my money back.
No, this is no refunds.
Oh.
Now, Sam, so what is, outside of what I look for, like what are some other variables that you like looking at, or what are some indicators that you use since you're on here?
Why is this? See what I'm talking about? I was trying to get in the bed. How did we get here?
Okay.
I am actually still looking at the same indicators. My indicators have not changed. It's still, you know what? We talked about this early on with the SMA because I told you, remember we came up with the whole 20% from the SMA thing. I'm trying not to be so hard up about the SMA as much as I was in the beginning because I don't want to miss out on money because something isn't trading above that yet.
Yeah.
So now for me it's literally trying to catch the beginning of that stage too, because I think I was chasing last year too. So I would let them get too far. So now I'm trying to catch them on like the second green day. I want to try to get in and get out.
Yeah. If you can catch it on the first.
On the first, but but I thought we needed to wait just for the confirmation, because what if it does go, it'll go green the one day and maybe down a red day and maybe back up, maybe.
So that confirmation, it's going to be, like I said, if you can catch it at that 3% above the support,
that's it.
You can trade it, because if you only aiming for 10, that thing can hit next day or 2 days from now. So catching the small movements and banking on those, I think that's the idea right now. Like we're evolving, so the market's always changing. So that's why I say I'm sorry to contradict myself, but we
Yeah.
trade what the market is currently doing.
All right.
So if we can catch those small movements, we can still profit when we do see those setups happen. So I like that. I mean, if you can catch the first day, if it hits 3% above the support the next day or that same day on the 1st one, see if you can catch it. Like it's all about timing your entries. So if you can time it and it works for you,
tighten it up.
Yep, tighten it up. Tighten it up because it's getting real out here. Or it's been real out here.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah. So that's my take on that. I think I wanted to incorporate something into the way I trade is really dive into news reports. Like when you look at your platform, let me share my screen up here. I want to continue to try to add that and look through the news reports and probably only focus on stocks with positive news that's been within 2 weeks to the current day. I used to do that with my overnight strategy, which I don't do anymore. So
yeah, can we get a fresh video on that, teacher?
Teacher.
Yes, you can. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, that might be another thing I might start doing is like trying to catch the hype.
See, the overnight strategy was for micro cap, nano cap stocks. I was not trading small cap stocks like that. And I would look for stocks only with news, with positive news. And if the stock has shot up 20%, I'll get into it. And these stocks probably weren't even trading in the millions yet. It was like 500,000, 600,000. I will get into it and I will hold just for overnight. And then the next morning, it might shoot up another 10% in the morning. And then for the whole day, it might be another 40%. Very dangerous. So, yeah, possible. Yeah, I can do a refresher on how I was doing it. It was just all over the place. I think I've gotten better now where I can probably add more variables. I didn't have the SMA. I wasn't using any indicators. I was just looking at this stock spiked up 20%. It has good news. I don't care. I'm getting into it. It's going to ride. Like, that's literally how I was trading. And I was gaining big, but I was taking L's too. So if I can do a refresher course, I can do that. But I probably have to test it out again to see how it was working. Now, if y'all just want me to do a refresher course do some recaps on some old trades that I did that strategy with, I'll do that. No problem. I'll do it. But dangerous, very, very dangerous. I didn't have no indicators or nothing. I didn't have nothing. No, I didn't look at the volume. Like I knew the volume was important, but I didn't have the volume average line down here. I didn't have none of that. I just, this stock shot up 20%. Why? I looked at the news. Oh man, it's doing a merger or it has a new contract. I don't know who the contract with. I don't care. People like it. I'm gonna get into this thing and I'm gonna ride that wave. And it didn't work most of the time, but I did win. Maybe if I incorporate stopped orders, then maybe.
Yeah, I was about to say, so can we get maybe one of your old trades like that, but I guess the quote unquote correct way?
There wasn't no correct
way. But I'm just saying, like you said, adding those indicators in,
maybe
like cleaning it up.
Yeah, I can clean it up and y'all working me now. That's what I like.
Yeah.
Work. This is what I like. This is what I want. Yes. So let me put that on the to-do list. So overnight strategy. Throwback. I'm gonna call it throwback. Throwback, baby. We bringing it back. And then somebody else asked me for something else. I don't know if it was you, Kyler, or you, Corey, but Yeah. Yeah, and Corey, I was just lucky. I know it's loud where you at, but I was lucky back then. My first trade was 4 grand plus, so I was very lucky. All I did was just I bought. I didn't even have a certain time. Like later on, I came up with the power hour rule where you only trade at 2 o'clock. But I was just all over the place, and I was winning, but I was losing too. So it ain't pretty. But if I can clean it up, maybe that can be another thing. Maybe, just maybe. But the news, and I was looking at anything with contracts, anything that says something that the company was doing good. Basically, I didn't care. I didn't care if they said they fired the CEO and all the employees were happy. I'm trading that thing. That's literally what I was doing, and I was making big change, but I took a lot of losses. I didn't have no stops, no. I had mental stops because I was thinking like a day trader, but swing trading. It was. I was all off. So, all right, it's on my to-do list, y'all. It's on my to-do list, and I'm gonna look at it again on Sunday. This Sunday coming up, which is the 10th, and I'm gonna set a time to actually go over it again. I'm gonna pull up some old trades. Yeah, Sunday I'm gonna pull up some old trades. That way. Yep. All right, we good. Throwback overnight strategy. All right, that's what y'all want.
Hey, I want like 20 racks. You only just throw me 20 racks, bro.
Hey man, look,
I'm, I'm,
it's tax season, and Uncle Sam he finna give me. So
man, if I ever ran into Uncle Sam, I would shake him down, bro. I would shake him down.
hey, look, look, 20 racks is. Ooh, yeah. I don't know if I can do that right now. Holla at me in 6 months.
6 months, man.
Second quarter, yeah. Holla at me in the second quarter. First quarter, I gotta pay these taxes, business taxes and personal taxes. So
Yeah, something's vibrating.
yeah. All right, y'all got questions? Any more questions? Y'all tearing me up now. This is what I like. Keep it up. Keep it up, Sam. You know I'm coming back, right? I gotta come back.
Let me see if I can think of another good idea.
And if I mean, at this point, I can stop recording, but yeah, I can go ahead and say, hey, like I suggest this. Like Collar's doing, Collar's always gonna be like that. Like he's an idealist, so he's always gonna think of some new ideas on what we can implement. But if y'all got some things that y'all would like to see me do or like the whole YMC do, then be my guest.